Hello again and welcome to a new video. Today we're looking at this March 2021 BMW 430i M Sport with the Auto Sports transmission. Now the 430i is the 258 PS engine, which equates to 254 brake horsepower. The car is finished in Arctic Race Blue Metallic, so obviously a lot bluer than the old mineral grey. Now this car particularly has a lot of lovely spec on the car. It has everything from the M Sport Pro package, which gives you the 19-inch 797 alloys, the M Sport brakes. It also gives you the Shadowline headlights and tail lights and a few other bits. We've got the Technology Plus package. Now this is about a £4,000 option, and this includes things like the driving assistant professional and the parking assistant plus. Driving assistant professional gives you radar cruise control, which is extremely clever in this vehicle, which we'll come to a bit later. The parking assistant plus gives you things like 360 cameras all round. So, as always, all of the cars have been machine polished to our high standards, both rotary and orbiting, to bring up a really lovely shine on the car. You're going to have to excuse me today, I'm full of cold. So, as I mentioned, it's in the Arctic Race Blue, but we've also got the Shadowline package, which gives you all of the black gloss trims, including the front grille. Which matches really nice with the headlights, because the Shadowline lights are black inside opposed to silver. So it keeps with the theme of the car. We've got all the black gloss trims down at the front here with the fog lights. We've got front and rear parking sensors. We've got self-parking. If you've never used the self-parking on one of these later BMWs, it's very clever. It will change gear. It will brake, it will steer, it will literally park you in the space, whether that be a parallel parking space or a parking slot. So we just come around the front. Now there are no chips on the front of the car. It's done 27,510 miles and it's in extremely nice condition. You can see the camera just in the center in between the kidney grills there, and there are two cameras, one either side under the wing mirrors. Just going to come back out so you can get a good look at the front of the car. I have to say, these new kidney grills, these larger ones, have grown on me. I think when all manufacturers change the looks of their cars, you don't always agree with what they've done at first, but then give it a bit of time and then suddenly it's the new model and that's how they look, and you sort of get used to it, and then you start to admire what they've done with the car and with the styling of the car. We've got matte black 19-inch alloys, as I say. I'm just going to bring you in. So these are the LED lights. Now, we have got the button for the high beam assist, etc., but I'm not too sure if this is on. With some of the items on the cars nowadays, you have to go in and have it enabled on the car, which they charge you a small fee for. If I come up onto the bonnet, there are no chips on the front end at all. Come all the way across. It's been really nicely looked after, and that lovely shine. And if we come up onto the windscreen, there's no nasty chips on the windscreen. And the new connective drive cameras, if I just show you that, we've got 3 cameras in there. I'll tell you a bit more about that later. I just want to show you the paintwork on the outside. So there's the roof, no scratches, no bird dropping stains or anything. We've got sun protection glass at the back of the car. We've got the M spoiler on the boot lid, all of the boot lid in really nice condition there. And you can see the tail lights again finished in that shadow line finish to match with all the black gloss trim. And then the exhaust pipes are also anodized, I think it is, in a black as well. The black trims at the back and the diffuser, twin tail pipes. So let's just come back out. Let's move back over here. It's very cloudy today, so we'll try and keep it in focus and the right light. So there you have the side profile of the car. And if I come in, you'll notice on the outside edge of the wing mirror, we've got those extra cameras there. Obviously it's got reversing camera. Now if we take a look at these brakes, we've got the M Sport brakes, we've got the 19-inch wheels as mentioned, finished in a matte black and diamond cut. There was what actually, this wheel had a tiny bit of scuffing around the outside, and we've had it fully refurbed properly. It's not been smart repaired at all, and all in nice condition. Now, like new. And then the M Sport brakes on the rear. I'm hoping my voice is going to hold out. So there we have this side. So we'll move round. Just try and keep it on the car for you. I've got the little radar down at the front there as well. A little flat section on the right kidney grille at the bottom. That's to help with the adaptive cruise control that the car has. Part of one of those packages that I mentioned. It's got steering intervention and stuff, so I'll show you that when we jump in the car. So there's the profile from this side. And again, we'll just check the wheels out. To say Pirelli tyres all round. Let's try and get it, come out a little bit actually, there we go. And while I'm here, I'm just going to show you all around the filler cap there. No scratches at all. Nothing down the door edge or around the door handle. Mirror case. All in lovely condition. And then there's the front wheel. And while we're here, I'm going to give you the view looking down the side of the car. A really good way to check all the panels. There's no ding dents, no nasty scratches on the vehicle, and no ripples. So, excuse me. I'll come round to this side. We've got a bit more reflection from items in the background from the office, etc. But again, this side, all lovely and true. As I say, nothing on there. Right, so before we go inside, I'm just going to show you around the back of the car because it's got a really, really nice. This later design shape has got a really nice lines with the rear lights, and then the diffuser down at the bottom. Okay, there we have it. And let's say we've got the camera under there. We've got these like vents at the side. If we look across the back, no damage on the rear. All of the lights have been machine polished. Doesn't matter how old the cars are, when they come in, they all get the same treatment. I say that boot lip, I think they call it an M boot lip spoiler, finished in gloss black as well. Let's just come back out. There we go. Right, so let's take a look inside now. In fact, before we do, we've got blind spot monitors as well. This is all part of that package that I told you about with the... I'm just trying to see if I can get a focus on it. On the outside of the mirror, if I just catch it, can you see that little triangle? That's the warning symbol here. Just catch it in the light there. So that If anyone's coming up in your blind spot, that will, I think it turns either yellow or red, depending how close the vehicles are. It's got sensors that sense all the way around the car. When I get in, I'll be able to go through that for you. Now, when the ignition's on, one of the things I can't show you at the second is usually these lights on the door, the blue up there, they flash when the door's open on a lot of the 3 Series. We've got puddle lights at the bottom. You can see how clean the car's presented, all down there. Really nice condition. And then the seal, come across there. And then we've got the we've got the Harman Kardon. Oh, it's starting to go, the voice. The Harman Kardon sound system. Like a satin finish around the handles. And this lovely blue stitching. Contrasting stitching. You can change the colour of the lights inside the car. We've got it on blue at the moment, as you can see. And the stitching again on the seats. We've got the M seat belts with the tricolour on the side. Headrests. Press this button, you can move the headrest in or pull it out. We've got electric bolsters. So the side bolsters there and there are inflated with the little rocker switch down here. The front of the seat pulls out, all of the leather in really nice condition. Show you there. And then if I flip the seat forward, push it right forward, you can check the back of the front seat out to show you there's no damage there. You can also see the centre armrest, the vents at the back, the carpets, the mats, Isofix in the back, centre armrest. These seats also drop down, so it gives you a little bit of extra space for your boot size. All of the leather in really nice condition. Door cards. I'll show you this side when we go around the other side. I think this will be a lot easier. We've got Harman Kardon speakers up on the back parcel shelf. There are also speakers underneath the seats in the front. And if we look at this really nice trim, I forget what they call it, but really nice and modern. If we come down to the controls, we've got the professional media, or connected professional media, I think they call it now. You can write on the top of the iDrive wheel there to input information. We've got the adaptive suspension with variable sports steering. We've got M differential as well, so it's got a different diff in this car, part of the M Sport Pro package. Nice big digital screens. Let's see if I can get this in better focus. There we go, all of the controls. Okay, so we'll do the boot next. So the rear camera is now in the back badge, you'll notice as well. So if we check out the the rear bumper along the top, you see that there's no scratches or dig marks there. All of the carpets, we've got the first aid kit there. Come round to this side and show you. And then we've got two handles, one up here and one over here, which is a 60-40 split to drop the seats. So a bit more practicality. And then the carpets up on the boot lid on the interior with the hazard warning triangle. We'll close that down. Now, being a petrol, this will run on the current E10 fuel, but it's sort of, it will also run on the E25. It's future-proof, that was the word I was looking for. So if they reintroduce another fuel with a higher ethanol rating, it's fine to run with this vehicle. Let's take a look in the driver's side now. We just flip the lights off if I can see. Hopefully that's... So checking out the door card again. There's no damage on the door card. And if we come in, we've got the Harman Kardon. Oh, sorry, we're a bit out of focus. Come on. There we go. Harman Kardon speakers there. And we've got electric folding mirrors, which I believe you can set to fold in when you lock the car as well. And again, looking down at the seal on the driver's side, no scratches, no damage. All of your tyre pressure settings there. Bring you round, show you all round where the pedals are. And then the seats, the driver's seat, the leather again, all in really nice condition, no rub marks. And we'll just pop this seat forward. Let's see if we can, it's a bit darker in here at the moment, let's see if we can zoom in. But again, all nice and clean in there, and I probably can come round. And we've got a climate control in the rear there, just down at the bottom. So you can set the temperature separately. Let's move this back out. Steering wheel functions. We've got heads-up display, which is part of the Technology Plus pack, which you can operate on these buttons just here. And on the other side, we've got the cruise control. Now I'm just going to zoom in before I get into the car and show you there's no damage, there's no nasty scratches, it's like new in there. Okay, so I'm going to jump in. Got a piece of paper with me to check I don't forget to mention anything. So we're going to start her up. We've got the start button just down here. On it comes. Okay. Now, do we have heads-up display on? Yes, we do. So, okay. So first of all, wow, that's really crazy. You can see like a digital display at the top there, but I actually can't see anything. So that's very weird. Okay. So as I was mentioning, we'll try and put on, okay, let's see if this will operate from here. Function acquirable. So this is for the high beam assist. So you can acquire it, it comes up on here, through the connective drive store. So basically it's on the car, but now BMW want you to pay a small fee for it. Now using the BC button just over here, that will operate the right hand side of the screen where it says comfort. We've currently got it set to show the gear. We can then have MPG. There's the mileage at the top, 27,510. That's where you can reset. Now I drove this car to pick another car up, and the fuel economy was amazing. It was like 50, I'm sure it was like high 50s. It was over 55. There's a G meter. Entertainment, well, that's not turned on at the moment. and then back to there. Now, if we come up to look at the heads-up display, and for those of you that have never had head-up display, this reflects a display onto the screen, but it makes it look like it's in front of the the bonnet, sorry. And you can flick to radio.
Tonight, heavy rain continuing to move north, reaching all
down.
northern Scotland by dawn.
There we go. So then we can scroll through the DAB channels. Down to the left of that number plate, you'll see 30. It will show you the current speed limit on the road that you're closest to or on. And it will also show you the navigation. Now, when you're wearing polarized glasses, it's very difficult to see that. So if you go into settings and then you go to displays, heads up display, this is where you can set the brightness, the height and the rotation. So if the display looks slightly offset and a little bit sort of crooked, then you can align it to suit you. You can choose what you want displayed here, as you can see. And additional displays, you can have driver assistance, or you can, oh, where's it gone? Driver assistance, sport displays. So if I show you the sport display, for example, you'll see that little bar, and then when you rev the engine, you can see the bar come across. Bring it back in here. I'm going to put it on auto, so that will basically, whichever you're using, it will display it up there. Now, where it says infotainment list is currently set on heads up display. If you put it to instrument cluster, you still get the heads up display for the speed warning, etc. And the speed, I don't know if you can see that. The speed is just to the right. It's on 0 at the moment, miles per hour. But now down here, using the buttons on the right here of the steering wheel, for those sunnier days, it brings the information down here, so you can see it a lot clearer, which you couldn't do on the older versions, but really handy. And you can scroll through the news as well. Excuse me. I hope this cold goes quickly, that's all I can say. Right. So we'll put this back on heads up display. We've got paddle shift, obviously. Now here we have the cruise control. So if I put it, I don't know if it's going to come up. Now when we put the cruise control on, we've got steering wheel intervention. Now that's the distance that we can set there in between the cars. I'm just seeing if it'll... Right, it won't activate because the car's obviously not going along. Now, it'll show you the distance changing between our car, the one at the back, and the one at the front. But the other thing that I can't show you, and I'll try and find a picture online if I can, is that when you have the cruise on, this whole screen shows you all three. Say you're on the motorway and there's 3 lanes, it will show you all 3 lanes, and the cameras up at the top that I pointed out earlier will show those 3 lanes with the cars that are outside, and if it's a lorry, it will show you it as a lorry. Now, if you're traveling in a 70-mile-an-hour zone and you've set it as 70, can you see down here? You can actually just press it to set the current speed limit. So when the speed limit changes, just press set here and it will change it to the current speed limit on the road. But going back to the image I was talking about with the vehicles outside in the 3 lanes, it's got a protection all round. Now let me see if I can find that. It will, as you change lane, it will slow the vehicle down to that safe distance in between, but you can literally see outside. Now I'm just gonna see detection of traffic lights. Now if I go into reverse, oh no, settings. Right, here we go. Up here we've got the self-parking, emergency intervention. So this is braking at the back, but you've also got emergency braking on all sides as well. So it's a total protection system. We've got cross traffic warning with the parking view activated. Acoustic and visual warnings are emitted at driveway exits and road junctions with restricted views. This is where you can set the cameras to come on at, say, as you enter your driveway. You can enable it to set there. So there are certain places that you go, it will use GPS to know when to turn it on there. You can adjust the sound. But it's a little bit frustrating that I can't actually show you how that system lights up. We've got it down to one car on here, but it's very, very clever. I think if you Google it, it will probably come up. Now, we're currently in reverse. So this is the rear camera. Shows you here the 360 camera. You've also got a car wash option. Now, I don't really want you to take it in the car wash because it will get scratched, but handy for other things as well. You're looking down at the front of the vehicle, and then you've got your self parking. And over here, if you press on, oh no, you have to go 3D view, sorry. Now, we can select a view from here, and it reverses the cameras so you can see all the way around the vehicle, like so. But what you can also do, it has, is it on? I don't think it's on. It has gesture control. So let's just get that on. Where would that be? Settings. There we go. Is that not on? Oh, it is on. Okay, so let's go back. Now, gesture control allows us, okay, 3D view, auto, if I can remember the, there we go. Right, there we go, the hand signal. So you cup your hand like this, and you can just bring it round. As you go back, release your hand, pull it that way, and you can turn it round. There are other signals for radio or muting. That's a mute, that's the ding. And then you can turn the volume up and turn the volume down with your finger. So many different views there. And we've got a camera button down here as well. So if we go into drive, like we were going forward, and we press that camera button, that then shows the front camera looking forward. And you can just make out the front bumper either side here. That's the, just inside the yellow marker. Excuse me. So that's all the cameras. Now this button here activates, I'll just put it back in park, sorry. And let's turn that off. This one here, oh, there goes the voice. Ah, this is where we get all of the things I was talking about earlier that I couldn't find. Right, front end collision warning, side collision warning, the lane departure, steering intervention. So basically, if you cross over the white line on the motorway to change lane without indicating, the steering wheel will pull you back into the lane. And then we've got lane change warning, which will use the lights in the wing mirrors to warn you that there's a car changing lane, or that there's a car in your blind spot. And there is also steering intervention for that as well. Give way warnings, so notify you of those. Limited availability in this country, it's saying. So there's a lot of security features. This is all part of the driving assistant professional, and that can all be configured on there. You can turn all of it off or all of it on by this switch here. We've got dual climate control, fan speed in the middle, heated seats at the sides, and then we've got our buttons, our memory buttons here. If you scroll across those, you can memorize basically different views from the iDrive screen. So for example, we could save this view perspective on number 7. We can press this button to change the view. We can assign that to number 8. You can also assign telephone numbers on there as well. Of course, DAB channels as well, but it's very easy to flick through all the DAB channels. You can split the screen here and split it. Or you can then take it out. Back to there. There's lots of features. You can have the weather on the map as well. Let's just put that back to there. And this little button up the top, if I press that one, you've got a shortcut, adjust main menu, recent destinations, etc. In fact, this one here, so basically there are various different windows and you can set up add a page. So you can scroll through here. So that's how we want sport displays there, and driving analysis there, done. And then we've got our sport displays, our driving analysis, etc. And you'll see we've got 4 down here, and they're all set up differently, like so. Scroll out, and then you can, if you go into settings, you can configure everything in here. Okay. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Right, now the other thing I wanted to point out is the adaptive settings for this car. We've also got auto brake hold. So we've got adaptive, Eco Pro, Comfort, Sport. Now, standard, these cars come with just a standard sport shock absorber. The shock absorbers with the package that's on this car are adaptive, so the fluid can be adjusted to adjust the dampening of the suspension. So if we go into Eco Pro, this is the setting for economy. We can then configure it, not just for efficiency here, by if you turn your seat heating off of Eco, you'll notice it uses a little bit less power and your efficiency's nice and high. If you bring down your suggested speed, I don't know, I set it at 70, press down to set it 85%. Lighting as well, but we've also got comfort. You can have the damping in Eco set for comfort or sport, and also the steering. And then if we go through to the comfort setting, that's a pre-selected setting. And then if we go into sport, now on here we've got, because we've got the sport gearbox, the difference that I've noticed is you do get this plus setting, whereas in some of the later BMWs you've only got comfort and sport. Now for damping we've got sport and comfort. I think it's the same on this one. But then when we go into the engine, we've got 3 options: sport plus, sport and comfort. So I believe that's the difference. We've also got it on the transmission. And we can also, when the car is in gear, flip it over to the left and put it into sport on the gearbox, which brings up S1 up here. Once we pull the paddles, it goes into sport mode. All the time you're in sport, it will hold on to these gears and stay in manual mode. Now, if you're not in a sport setting and you're just driving in comfort, D, and you pull a paddle and it goes into M, after a few seconds, it will go back into drive on its own, or you can flick the gear stick to the left, then back to the right. We've got wireless charger down here, just as I'm remembering all this. So I didn't want to forget that. So you can charge your phone wirelessly. If we go back to the home page, what else have we got on here? Caring car. Now this isn't on. Now if you flip this on to vitalize, if you're quite tired, now if I put it in gear, the handbrake off. I think I might even need... I need to set the car up like we're driving. Does the volume need to be up? Now, I can't remember, is it because this has got to be on auto? There we go. So if you set the air conditioning to auto, press vitalize, it will bring in music, it will adjust the fan speed and the lighting in the car. And what you can't see is that it's bringing the fan, in fact you can see, because you'll see it down here, it blows gusts of cool air into your face, but not constantly, to keep you invigorated and vitalized, I guess. Now if you want the reverse of that, relax, it changes the theme, the music, and I don't know why it showed a picture of the seat, but maybe it relaxes the sides of the seat that are inflated. So the music's changed, and the fan, what's the fan doing? It's just set it at a steady breeze. So that's the, we'll end that program, that setting there. We go into the mains, oh, that's, tell you what, that's just very quickly, let's turn this radio off. Service history, so we're just about to take the car in for its brake fluid change, which is coming up in February. We're going to do it early. Oil change has not long been done, so everything's good there, and it had its service, and that was all carried out and done at February 23 this year. So that's all been done, and it's just going to have the brake fluid. So while it goes into the garage, it'll all be plugged in, checked over. All the brake pads will get checked as well. Driving information, that's all quite straightforward. Settings, our general settings, gesture control, driver attention camera, increased comfort from driver assistance systems. I've got a feeling this car, I'm sure it's got the camera. Let me just check. I'm trying to work out if it's got the recorder. It has. Excuse me. Right, let's just jump back up here. Driving attention camera. Right. So basically, this is the camera for inside. That's what that is that's up there. That's judging the attention of view. But we've also got, because it's on the spec list here, the recorder, but I'm not too sure where that is. So let's see if we can find that. I've got a feeling we've got to press and hold. Is it the camera button? For a few, there we go. Recording in progress. So this uses the cameras on the car to record all around, using all of the cameras. I think it records, is it 20 or 30 seconds? 25 seconds, there you go. You might be able to set it. So, show recording. There you go. So this will always be recording, but you can press, what I did was press the camera button down here for a few seconds, and it will record something. So if there's something going on outside the car, or you think someone's just about to hit you, you can press and hold that. Now if I come over to this side, yeah, so there's our recording, and there's all of the cameras showing us all of the showroom. You can even see the steam coming from the back, because we've got the engine running. How clever is that? But like I say, it's already set. You can export it, delete it over on the right here. Or delete that one, I suppose. We don't need that. Delete this recording. And, wow, pretty impressive. We've got all the apps in here. We've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. There's such a big list on my paperwork here. But I think we've covered pretty much everything. So let's just come back. Let's move this paperwork out. While I'm thinking about it, there's a USB-C charger in there, or socket in there. Is there anything else we need to show in here? I think that's enough. If you've got any questions, by all means, phone me and we can go through that. Driving modes, sport individual, that's where you can set them. Interior lighting, exterior lighting, driver assistant, parking maneuvering. Okay, so we've done like parking and feedback of steering wheel, you can change that. Displays, we've done displays. Doors of vehicle, access, lock in a few minutes, lock after pulling away, acoustic signal for unlock, we'll do that. Folding mirrors when locked, there you go. I think, in fact, in there you can set it, unlock at end of journey, unlock it, yeah. Interior lighting, this is where you can change various different colours in there. Dimmed for night driving, and then the key button you can assign to open different doors. Right, let's take a look under the bonnet. Excuse me. Okay. So now you can see with the door card open and the engine running, the interior lights on the door card are flashing to warn drivers the door's there. Let's take a look. It's pouring with rain outside. So the first thing I'm noticing is just how quiet this later engine is. Twin power turbo. Now, I'd usually say that it's a twin scroll turbo, but I'm being told that some of the later ones have actually got two turbos. I think that's on the 530. I think this is a twin scroll turbo. Just try and give you a view under here. We will be taking some pictures of the engine bay. As I say, 254.4 brake horsepower. The MPGs will all be in the advert on Auto Trader, and the fuel economy is fantastic, really impressive. I'm struggling to talk now because my voice is going, so I'm going to wrap the video up here. But lovely and clean, and it's a really lovely car, and I'm saying that from experience of driving it. I drove it for probably about just under 200 miles. Close that down. So there we have it, our 430i M Sport with the M Sport Pro package, Technology Plus package, and Driver Assistance Plus, Driver Assistance Professional, and Parking Assistant Plus. It's got all the technology that you'd need. So if you need any finance options, we've got some fantastic extended warranties. Although this has probably got a bit of manufacturer's warranty on it, you can start it at the end of the manufacturer's warranty and you can take out up to 4 years. Please ask me for more details. As I say, my voice is starting to go now. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope it was really helpful. Take care. Bye now.